Hello there, it's Father Francis here, and welcome to my little workstation here. This is where I do most of my video editing in my little carousel here. And today what I thought I would do is take a few moments and do a little iPad review, kind of like maybe an unsolicited testimonial on, how about 10 days later I'm actually using the iPad. I guess the question would be, am I actually using it? A lot of times we sometimes buy techno gadgets because they're cool, they're a novelty, and certainly the iPad is definitely that and a whole lot more. But I thought I'd just give you my own personal interaction with the iPad over the last 10 days. Okay, well, here we go with my little demonstration of the iPad here that I have been actually using. Let's see if I can kind of now turn this down somewhat. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's pretty good right there, I think. Okay. This is the case that I that I got for the iPad. It's a in case, I believe it's called. Yeah, it's in case, in case you wanted to know. Okay, so you probably see a picture here of falling water, one of the Frank Lloyd Wright houses, and I'm just going to go through some of the applications that I like. Okay, first application I think is dragging. Oops, now is the time for all good geeks to come to the aid of their computers. Text there, but it did a pretty good job. You have to just realize that it is limited, but it's not perfect, but it does a good job. Now the reason why this is a good app for me, I'm probably going to go ahead and get rid of that later. But the reason why that's a good app for me is because what I do, obviously as a priest, I do a lot of preaching, and sometimes it's nice to have your notes. And I could actually take this with me, believe it or not, into up on the altar, on the pulpit. Now you're probably saying, well, that's probably the only thing that the iPad's good for, other than for you, because you're going to be playing games and stuff like that. Let's see. Speaking of games, there's a couple of really cool ones here. Let's see. Where's that at? Okay, this one here. Maybe some of you have seen this one here. This is a real addicting game. It's a lot of fun, but it's really addicting. Okay. Basically, you land the little airplanes. Okay. Let's see if I can do it here. Okay, see one of these little airplanes right here? Right there, that little guy right there? That little guy? Okay, so I'm going to try to land him. And basically, he needs to land probably right about here. Okay, he turned white. So that means he's on approach, and he's going to land safely. He's not going to crash and burn. But the thing is, now you see that there's some other airplanes that are coming in here. So you don't want them to crash and burn, so you got to kind of start a flight plan. This thing is addicting. Don't buy it, okay? Thank you. Okay. Hush. Okay, anyway, well. Okay, so there you go. So that's one of the games that I have. I also have a chess game. I like chess. You can see this game here. Unfortunately, my glare there isn't that great. Is kind of a bad thing. But this is an awful lot of fun. I think I beat this chess game, believe it or not, the second time I played it. That doesn't mean that I'm a chess pro or I'm some great grandmaster. But it was fun, okay? And that's a cool game. Okay, and I don't know if I should show you this one here. I'm sure some of you are saying, okay, yeah, but how does it really work in your real day-to-day life? Well, I'm going to show you that, okay? One of the things that I love about apps is as they say, there's an app for that. I have been able to find some really good apps that help me on a day-to-day basis. Okay, one of the apps that I have is this one right here. Okay, and it says Missal. Okay, so as a priest I say Mass. And what helps me with this, hopefully it'll show up here in a second. Oh, I go down here to Mass. And I say Liturgy of the Word. Okay, these are the readings that we have at Mass. Let's see if I can get that to you so you can see that a little bit clearer. Oh, there we go. You know what? I can probably get rid of some of the glare if I do this. There we go. Okay. Okay, this has the readings. Sorry about that. That's probably very frustrating to not be able to see it as clearly as you'd like. Oops, what happened there? Oh, it can... okay, well, that's the best I can do is get the glare off. But anyway, it has the readings. So what I've been doing, I've been actually using this when I celebrate Mass. And I have the readings right there. I don't have to go to what's called the lectionary to find them. And plus, it's a lot easier to read these. It was very, very, very useful. So I've done this several mornings when I celebrate Mass. I just have this the readings at my elbow with this iPad, and they're ready to go every day. The nice thing is they're updated every day. So wherever you're at in the world, you would have the correct readings for that day's Mass. So that's very, very helpful. Very, very helpful. Very, very useful. Okay. Then the other one that I have is what's called, I believe it's this one here, the Divine Office. And this is very helpful because we also are encouraged as ministers and priests to pray the liturgical hours. And so, for example, the next liturgical hour that would be prayed was evening prayer. And so, again, now this one here, you can play, it's kind of got some options for you if you're interested. You could play the actual, it's got a
Divine Office. Tuesday, evening prayer.
Okay, so it's have people reading this. Sorry about that. Have people reading it so that way you can read along with them, or if you just want to read it by yourself, you can. And anyway, you can scroll through the whole readings, as you can see there, and you can read this. So instead of getting out the books and doing it that way, you can use the iPad. So this is something that I have to do every day, or I'm encouraged to do every day. So again, here's an application that is very practical and very helpful. And I believe that this one was either 99 cents, maybe, I think one of them is free, and then there's another professional one that's like $9 maybe, or 99 cents. It's one of the two. So, but those are some practical things that I actually use according to other than the dictation. Let me see if there's anything else. I do have some other things. There are some word processing programs on here. I do have I have Pages, and I also have Keynote. So these are some of the applications that I will be using, and I do use on a frequent basis. So again, these are the apps that I use with my iPad. And hopefully you can see that it's not just a toy. I mean, it is a toy. I mean, obviously there's some really cool things and fun things that you can do. I didn't show you all my apps, obviously, but you could probably get a sense of what I have on my iPad. But again, what I guess I'm trying to say is that I actually am using it as a tool more than just a toy. And one of the things that I enjoy is also listening to podcasts and also reading books. It's a great book reader. It is a wonderful book reader. So what I guess I'm trying to say, the long and the short of it, is that this has actually worked its way into my daily routine of life. I mean, I check, of course, email, and I check my web stuff, my videos on YouTube, to see if there's any comments. So it's a very practical tool right now. Now, granted, there's some other things that I wish this had, and I think the next generation is going to have it. It's going to have probably maybe a little bit more multitasking and possibly even a camera. But here's the question. that you want to think about. If it does have those new upgrades to it, and it has a little bit more oomph, if you will, what is that going to do for, say, something like the MacBook? Now, certainly, there's going to be people that are going to get MacBooks and MacBook Pros to run the professional software that Mac makes. But I'm just kind of wondering that this could possibly, in the future, maybe not next month, certainly, and not next year, but within a couple of years, this could outphase the MacBooks, I'm thinking. So, just something to think about. But again, thanks for watching, and I hope you got something out of this video. So, take care, and check out my new drive-by series coming up real soon. See ya.
Well, Father Francis here.